Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new. My name is Nastasia, and first of all, happy 2021. It is, well, when this is going live, it is the first day of 2021, or maybe you're watching it more in the future. Either way, happy 2021! And I also wanted to apologize for not uploading a video last week. I was sick, and it was also Christmas and stuff, so there was a lot going on, and I just took that time to just get better and, you know, relax, focus on Jesus and Christmas and all that. But I'm back, and we're talking about my goals for 2021 / also what my word for 2020 was, what my word for 2021 is, my thoughts about it, do I think it's going to get better or worse, all that jazz. So before I get into it, if you end up liking this video, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you never miss out on a video every time I post. My Instagram is right there. I can't even speak. Good start to 2021. My Instagram's right over here for the behind the scenes of my life. And if you'd like to check out my Christian clothing shop, Nolia, it will be down in the description below. So let's get into it. So I first want to start with what my word for 2020 was. If you've been watching my channel a while, I've talked about how I've had a word of the year for the past, oh gosh, 2020 was my 3rd year. This will be my 4th year. Yes, I believe that's correct. And it's just kind of, I don't know if this happens to other people, but I truly feel like God puts a word on my heart, usually around September or October, for what the next year's word's gonna be. And every single time, it has been like profound, God using that word to shape me in different ways and refine me and all that stuff, and it's been incredible. So for my 2018 word was expectant. My 2019 word was redemption. My 2020 word was forgiveness. And my 2021 word is ... I'm going to tell you that later on in the video. Sorry, there's like a bunch of cars going so fast right now if you hear them. So for 2020, my word was forgiveness. And when God revealed that word to me, I was like, no. I want a different word. Give me a different word. I don't want that one. That sounds like not a fun word. But that was the word I was given. And it truly was a year that taught me how to forgive. Not only how to forgive, but understanding that people who do not know Jesus are not going to act like they do know Jesus. People who are lost are going to act lost, because how else will they act? Imagine if you didn't have Jesus in your life, you'd be a mess. You know what I mean? And so really understanding, like, there's no reason, like, there's no point for me getting upset at somebody who doesn't even have the Holy Spirit in them, because of course they don't understand what I'm saying. Of course they aren't going to agree, because there's a very important difference between us. So that helped me to not harbor so much bitterness for people who are not saved. Instead, it helped me feel very compassionate, actually sad for those who are not saved. So that was helpful. And also just to forgive, you know, certain people in my life. I felt like I was truly finally able to forgive my dad for certain things that I won't disclose here, but and understanding the difference between forgiving and still having boundaries in your life, and that just because you forgive somebody does not mean that they now have full range into everything in your life. Like, that's not the same thing. So that was helpful, and yeah, I truly feel like God really used this year in a lot of different fires in my life to teach me forgiveness and to teach me a compassionate spirit. There was a lot of pain in that. I lost some friends, you know, and different things like that, but at the same time, I learned forgiveness so much greater, and like the fact that Jesus forgives me, like what that means and the weight of that was so profound to me in 2020. And as for my goals for 2020, I don't even remember what they were. This year kind of threw everybody for a loop, so I don't remember what they were, or really like if I had any. I think I did. I think I had more goals for, like, you know what, I do remember. I was still kind of in this mindset of restricting my eating. I remember like having goals of eating, in a calorie deficit every single day and stuff like that. That's all changed, so I'll go into that in a little bit. But I don't really remember other goals. I think I made a goal to make my bed every day, which I did not do. And I had a goal to read my Bible more, which I did read it more. I think I would have wanted to read it every single day, which I did not do either, but I did read it a lot more. So I don't really remember my 2020 goals. Does anybody? You know what I mean? Like, just a lot has happened this year. I don't remember how I felt before this year. So going into 2021, my goals, my kind of like, not my word of the year, but just like my goals and what I would like to focus on in that aspect. I have them written down. Let me pull them up. One of them is to treat my body as a temple, because the Bible says our bodies are a temple and that God has gifted us our bodies and that we should use them to serve Him and to take care of our bodies, not to worship them, but to take care of them. And I really want to focus on when it comes to my body image and how I look at myself, I want to treat my body as a temple for the Lord. What I mean by that is I want to really focus on giving my body nutrient-dense food. That doesn't mean I never have, ice cream or donuts or whatever, but truly focusing on kind of that 80-20 mindset of like 80% nutrient-dense food that will feed my body and fuel it, and then 20% fun and not restrictive and stuff like that. Well, no restriction at all. I'm not going to restrict myself to like calories or anything like that, but just focus on more self-control in the sense of like, do you just want this or does your body actually need it? And doing that, and also seeing fitness and training and working out as a form of worship to the Lord. Because I think for pretty much my whole life, I've seen it as a way to change my body, as a way to look different, or honestly, to even feel different. And I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing, but for me, that's not enough for me. It's not going to motivate me on that hard day to go to the gym, to look different, or to feel different. It's not going to motivate me. I will be like, I don't really care if I feel different. I don't want to go. That's not going to motivate me. Nothing when it comes to serving myself is going to motivate me on hard days. What will motivate me is serving the Lord. And the Bible talking about how the body is a temple to serve the Lord with, seeing it that way, that will motivate me. Because I'm telling you right now, if it comes down to giving up on myself, I will give up on myself every single day. If it comes to giving up on the Lord, that will push me through. Because I will never back down from loving God. Again, I'm not saying you have to do this for your fitness journey or health journey or nutrition journey, whatever you're doing. But for me, treating it as I'm going to go to the gym because I am so grateful that God has given me this body. This body is a temple to honor Him with. I'm going to go take care of it. Not for me, but for God. Because I'm grateful. That will get me through. And I feel like nobody talks about that. Like nobody approaches, well, if they do, they don't talk about approaching fitness or eating healthy and stuff in that way. Not in the way of I have to work out or God's going to be disappointed in me, because that's not what I'm saying. There's nothing you can do. If you're a child of God, there's nothing you can do to like lose your salvation or gain your salvation. It wasn't up to you in the first place. It was God choosing you and loving you, all by His grace. Praise Jesus. So it's not like I'm going to do this so that, I don't disappoint God today. It's not about that. It's like, wow, God, I am in awe that you would allow me to have this beautiful, healthy body to serve you with, that you would give me the ability to run and to jump and to lift weights and to build muscle and become healthier to serve you. I'm so grateful for that. I'm going to honor that by going to the gym, even though I don't want to. I'm going to honor that by, building my muscles on this body you gave me because I am so grateful for you. And so that's how I'm trying to approach this, because that's the only thing that's going to do it for me. if it's up to me, if it's up to doing it for someone else, like if it's up to looking a certain way for Kai, that's not gonna happen. First of all, he loves me no matter what. But two, I'll last about 2 weeks doing it for that reason. Then I'll be like, Kai, you love me anyway, right? Cool, I'm not going to the gym. And if I do it for myself, I will give up even sooner because I'll be like, nah, this is dumb, I'm tired. But if I'm doing it for God, I'll stick with it. So sorry, that was like a very repetitive way of saying that. But if you've struggled with like honoring your body as a temple, maybe approach nutrition and fitness in that way, making it about an act of worship to the Lord. Anyway, there you go, that's that. Speaking of fitness and kind of honoring my body and treating my body as a temple of nutrition and all that, I wanted to point out again, one of my favorite brands ever, Liquid IV. I love them. This is like, oh my gosh, they spoiled me for Christmas. They sent me like 4 packs and it was, oh my goodness. I literally screamed. I was like, Kai, guess what Liquid IV sent me? I was so excited, but I genuinely love these so much. So right now I have the passion fruit flavor, guava flavor, and strawberry flavor. This is the strawberry one. If you don't know what they are, they're just these little packs that you mix with water, and they help hydrate you faster than normal water would. So it's non-GMO, it's vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, made in the USA, woo! And you are 2 to 3 times more hydrated than water alone, utilizing cellular transport technology. I don't know anything about science, so. And it has 3 times the electrolytes of traditional sports drinks, 5 essential vitamins, B3, B5, B6, B12, and vitamin C, and natural strawberry flavor. So it doesn't have any artificial stuff in it, no artificial colors or preservatives or anything like that, and it helps you stay more hydrated. So I am having one of these literally every single day. I had last week when I was sick, I'm not kidding, I had 3 a day. And it made me feel so much better, so much faster, just because I was staying hydrated. And so, anyway, all that to say, if you ever want to try Liquid IV, I have a discount code for you, and you can click on the link down below to save yourself some money. With that, I would love to get to the point where I genuinely love to train and work out again. I used to be like that more a few years ago when I was in college, probably because I had more time, honestly. I actually truly enjoyed working out. It was I just really liked it. And I'm hoping with this new mindset of doing it for the Lord that I'll love it even more than I did then. Because even then I didn't really have that mindset. And so I would love to actually genuinely enjoy it again. And genuinely enjoy like working out with Kai and stuff like that, because I have built so much shame in my head over how I look that I won't even go to the gym, because I'll be like, what is the point? I don't love my body. I don't respect this, but I don't care. So what's the point? So just getting back in that place. So a goal for me is to genuinely enjoy it again, not for results' sake, but just enjoy it. On to a different note and kind of a different subject of a goal. I made this goal last year, was to make my bed every single day, and I didn't do it. Okay, I'm actually gonna try to do it. Or at least, here's what I'm gonna do. At least like 95% of the time. Because if I give myself like a hard and fast every single day for the year goal, I'm the type of person at least that if I miss a day, I'll be like, well then screw it, I already failed the goal, so there's no point. But if I tell myself 95%, then if a day I miss it, I'll be like, okay, that's okay. I said 95%, so let's just get back on it. Part of that is not only because it really does make me feel better when my bed is made. My bed's made right now and I'm looking at it, it looks so great. But like, you know, you tend to keep other things clean when your bed is already clean in the morning. Also, Kai and I are getting married in March, so we will be living together starting after our wedding. And I would like to keep like a clean home with him. Like I would like to make our bed every morning. I would love for him to get home and have like a made bed. Like that's like, I feel like that's a way I could show love in like an act of service kind of way. So like I want to do that as like his wife, and being, I'm not saying that he'll never make the bed, I'm sure he will, maybe more than me, honestly, but like I would love to be able to do that and serve him in that way. Okay, this one I am trying to do like a hard and fast goal. I am trying to do 100% because it is that important, is to read my Bible and pray every single day of 2021. So especially the prayer part, because that's actually harder for me to get myself to do than reading my Bible every single day. For some reason, it's just, I don't know. I'm like, I already read my Bible, I don't need to pray. Like, what a dumb mindset, but that's the one that I've had sometimes. So every single day, like I really do not want to miss a day because I can't afford to. Like, I need Jesus every single day. And I'm not saying that if you miss a day or you don't pray that he isn't close to you and near to you and loves you. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying my spirit, like I freaking need the word of God in me every day. Also because I don't think 2021 is going to get any better. I'll touch on that a little bit later. But I know I'm going to need the strength of the Lord for this year. I'm really going to need it. And prayer is so powerful. And yeah, especially because it'll be our first year of marriage together starting in March. I do not want to neglect the word of God or praying at all this year. Here's another little one that this one isn't as important as the last one, but like I really want to limit my social media time to max 45 minutes a day over all social media. So like, you know, specifically Instagram. I'm on Instagram way too much. Instagram, Facebook, even like Pinterest and stuff like that. The only exception being maybe videos, like listening to videos on YouTube if I'm like cleaning or something like that, or driving or whatever. Like listening to videos isn't as much for me, but just scrolling mindlessly. Scrolling. Like, I don't want to do that. So I've already started like a few days ago putting the little timer on my Instagram to remind me when I hit 45 minutes, and eventually I want to get that even lower so that all social media is under 45 minutes every day. I want to do it. So I started reading more this year and listening to more audiobooks this year, and I freaking love it. It changed my life, and I knew it would, but I'm glad I just actually started to do it. I love reading. I love it so much, and so I started reading. I read I think I got through 12 books this year. And that's between reading and listening on audiobook, and listening to audiobooks. So this year I want to do 30 books. So whether it's reading, like physically reading it, or listening to it, I want to get through 30. And I think I can do it. I love listening to audiobooks, especially in the car. I'm driving a lot for work and stuff like that, and listening to it in the car or listening to it when I clean or whatever. Yeah. I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to do 30. So if you have any suggestions, leave them down below of what books I should read. Also, if you ever want to check me out on Goodreads, I will, this is my profile, you can request me and I'll definitely accept all of you. So feel free. Okay, next kind of mini goal is I would like to continue to pursue more of a minimalist approach to living. So I kind of started that this year, and honestly I'm pretty proud of what I accomplished because I didn't have a specific goal in mind, but I cut down on my clothes oh gosh, literally by probably over 50%. So many clothes I donated, and I stopped really buying from Forever 21 or anything like that. I started trying to make more quality over quantity purchases when it came to clothes, and I think that has paid off, and just really making an effort to take care of the things I have. And so I'm pretty proud of that, and I've really enjoyed it. So I want to continue that, especially since Kai and I will have an apartment, we'll be getting new things and stuff like that, and really taking time to think, what do we actually need? Not just it'd be cool to have 6 of this when you could have 1 of it. And so, yeah, stuff like that. Okay, this kind of goes with that minimalist kind of mindset. I would love in 2021 to eventually be able to replace all of the toxic products I use and Kai uses with non-toxic options, or at least better non-toxic options. Even if it's not the absolute best, but like way better, at least doing that. I will say, the last on that list will be makeup. So if I can't get to all of my makeup by the end of the year, I will give myself a pass because I feel like that's way harder. Since I do actually love makeup and I love the products I currently use, so finding non-toxic and stuff versions of them that I love just as much, I think will be a little more difficult. But you know, starting with like cleaning products and how many chemicals are in those, and like laundry detergents and shampoo and conditioner and soaps and, you know, perfumes and candles and stuff like that. I want to slowly but surely transition into all non-toxic options. Okay, and this is the last like little goal I'm gonna share before I tell you my word of the year and stuff like that. My last little goal, oh gosh, y'all are gonna think I'm nuts. I would like to eventually get to a 4:30 a.m. wake up time. There's a reason for this. There is an actual practical reason. Kai gets up at like 4:15, 4:30 every single day. We're obviously not living together right now or anything like that, so it doesn't affect me right now. However, his schedule is like he gets off work at 2:30 and wakes up and has to go to bed at like, what is it, like 7 p.m.? So I would like to eventually get to the point where, and he wakes up at like 4:15, I think I just said that. But I would like to get to the point where I can wake up at least at like 4:30 or 5 and have that morning time with him before he goes to work. And then when he goes to sleep, I go to sleep as well. Because I just really personally do not like the idea of him getting up like 3 hours before me and then going to bed like 3 hours before me, and then we don't have that morning or nighttime time together. I just don't really like that, especially since it'll be our first year of marriage and that's so important and stuff like that. So for him, and also just for like us together, I want to get on like almost the same schedule as him. And then in that in-between time when I'm up but he's already to work and I don't have to go to work yet, I'll do YouTube stuff, or I will go to the gym, or I will get in my word more, or stuff like that. So then I'm being productive, but I'm also having that time with him. Okay, and as for my word for 2021, this is what above everything else, if I don't meet any of those goals I just said or anything like that, I really want to focus on this word for the year and what God is showing me in it, because I've seen my life change every single year when he has given me a word, whatever. So this word I got back in, it's like the end of September. I was driving, and it's so funny because every time I like get a word from God, I feel like each year I remember the exact moment that I got it. And so for me, this one was, I was driving away from the gym, and I was like, it's getting to be that time. I wonder what my word for 2021 is going to be. And immediately the word that dropped in my head was hope. And honestly, the reason I knew that it wasn't me and it was the Lord was because I was like, no, I don't want that one. Because I tend to be a worst case scenario person. I struggle with a lot of fear, which I'll touch upon in a second. And I was like, oh no, that means if you're telling me right now that I'm going to need hope, something's horrible's going to happen. The country's going to get worse. Everything's going to get worse. I'm going to need hope for this. What if Kai gets sick? Like, really sick? What if, like, we get cancer or something? Like, what do you need me to have hope for? What are you going to do? And I felt like God being like, chill. Literally calm down. And have me remember, like, how many times in the past were you afraid? When I gave you that word, I was terrified when he told me forgiveness. I was like, what does that mean? Is Kai gonna cheat on me and I'm gonna have to forgive him? Like, which never happened. And it was this moment where God was like, have I not brought you through every other year that you've been afraid? Are you gonna trust me again? And I was like, yeah, yes. So it's been hope. Hope is gonna be my word for 2021. Now, with that being said, I think it's really going to help me with my problem with fear. So I have a huge problem with fear. I actually am reading a book right now called Afraid of All the Things, and it's been wonderful. I will talk about that in like a books I'm reading video in January. But I struggle with fear a lot. I tend to think worst case scenario. I get really scared. Satan really uses that to scare me and all that. So I think this year's going to be amazing for that. I think it's going to be hard. I think God's going to refine me a lot and really have me break down and surrender all my fear to him. But in the end, it's going to be so worth it. And with hope, I believe, comes confidence. And because the Bible actually connects those two a lot. And so I believe I will also be gaining a lot of confidence this year. But not the confidence that, like, the world always tries to throw at you, like self-confidence, love yourself, be confident in what you do, and do what serves you and all that. That's bullcrap, by the way. But I think what it's actually going to be is confidence in the Lord. Hope in the Lord also breeds confidence in the Lord. Confidence in the Lord breeds hope in the Lord. So I think it's going to tie together like that, which will be really, really cool. But with that, do I think that 2021 is going to get better? No. From where your head is at right now, thinking that is it going to get better or worse? No, I do not think it's going to get better. I think it's going to get worse compared to like the secular comparison, I guess, of like, is there going to be more sickness? Is there going to be more lies? Is there going to be more, riots and all that? Yeah, I think there will, actually. I think it'll get way worse. I really do. That's not to scare you. Actually, that's to do the opposite. What I'm saying is I think it'll be an incredible opportunity to trust God further and deeper in our walks. And if you look back in history, I love history personally. I always excelled in history classes through high school and college and stuff. I love history. Across the course of history of the world, every time there has been the lowest points of the world and the scariest points, and if you think back to the Romans crucifying Christians, and even the Holocaust and the Great Depression, just horrible times that you read in textbooks and you're like, man, I can't imagine living during that time. At the same time, though, in history, every single one of those specific time periods, if you look at the theology history and just the history of Christians, Christianity and the faith in God also spiked during that time. The amount of people who truly gave their lives to the Lord and entrusted him with their lives and served him and radically went after him and loved people and were more compassionate and all of that was way higher during those historical times of scariness than during the times of chillness. So I'm actually really grateful that this year has been so horrible. I really am. I'm so grateful, and I'm grateful that I believe 2021 is going to be worse when we're talking about the world's standards of better or worse. Because to me, that means more people are most likely going to come to Jesus than if it was just super easy and everything was fixed. Think about it. Do you fall on your knees before the Lord when things are completely going your way and everything's great? Or when you are at rock bottom and you don't know what to do? For me, it's when I'm at rock bottom. And rock bottom is also when I am the closest in my walk with the Lord, which, biblically speaking, it's not like you can get any closer to the Lord if you're a child of God. He's always with you. I'm just saying that in terms of how I feel. I feel closer, and I, am just so content in him. And so I say bring it on. That's not me wishing horrible things to happen, but honestly, even if I did, it doesn't matter because God's in control anyway, not me. But this gives us an opportunity to not trust the princes of this world, the presidents, the governors, even your pastors of this world, but to trust God and Jesus Christ alone, because he is the one in control. It is not the changing circumstances that we put our hope in. It is not the whoever's elected or not elected, or if there's riots or not riots, or if there's this sickness or not, or a vaccine or not. It is hope in Jesus Christ alone. So as much as my flesh is terrified of 2021, the spirit in me is ready to freaking go, because it's 1 year closer to Jesus coming back, you know? We don't know when that day is, but we know this is 1 year closer. We are closer now than we were at the beginning of 2020, and we might be closer than we think, actually. And what a blessing. What a blessing that there's even a chance that Jesus could come back in our lifetime. Can you imagine? That would be, like, I'm having chills thinking about it. That would be incredible. So I am looking at 2021 with a full force of faith in Jesus and confidence in him and hope for the church. So anyway, happy 2021, and I'm so excited. Leave down below, what is your, either if you have a word of the year like me, or if you have some goals. Did you relate to what I was saying about, like, the, you know, seeing my body as more of a temple and trying to honor it for the Lord, and that, did that kind of resonate with you? What do you think? Leave them down below. I genuinely want to read. I'm so interested in what you guys have to say, and I will be responding to a bunch of them. So leave them down below. So I love you guys, and I'm so excited to make more videos for you this year. Have a great day. Bye, guys.